Welcome into our next leg in our race around the world here at the Pitstop Pals, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver.
And my name is Bruce Heller.
I've never seen your birth certificate, so I can't confirm or deny, but at least that's what you've always told me.
Okay, we'll go with that then.
Okay. Um, so today we are doing a double episode as we will for the next few weeks here. We are going to be going over episodes 6 and 7 of The Amazing Race 29. Or
Yes.
so we'll start, I guess, with episode 6 called Double U-Turn Ahead. This is not a very exciting name, but
Phil says the episode title. I know it this time.
actually I don't think Phil said it.
Phil said it to us, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. I think they read it on the clue. Caution, double U-turn
I
ahead.
thought, like, in the episode intro, he told us there was a double U-turn ahead.
Oh, well, I
He
didn't
also
accept
says
it.
Vank in the episode intro, so I'm starting to think we were wrong on that one.
Yeah, we might have been. Um, do you have any quotes? Are we just? Hey, I want to know. What do you think? Quotes for episode 6, and then we'll do quotes for episode 7 once we get to episode 7, or all quotes at the
Sure,
beginning. Which one?
whatever you prefer. I don't have a preference.
All right, let's just do quotes for episode 6 right now. You got quotes for episode 6?
I thought I did, but they're not on my note.
Okay, I'm gonna. How dare you be slacking?
Oh well.
So I called you a jackass because you were acting like a jackass.
I remember that. That was a good one.
From what it is. We got Redmond. We're finally sharing a meal together. Is this our first date? And Redmond said many more to come. And that was Scott and Redmond. Oh,
What?
somebody just came inside. That's why I was
Oh,
trying to figure out what was going on here. I might just need to move Plankton if he needs in here. So just a second.
okay. So,
I'm I'm here. I'm just moving rooms.
oh, I thought I was gonna have to do show and tell.
No, I'm just moving rooms. Okay, so I was on quotes.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Um, we're not in Pittsburgh anymore. That was from Mike.
Yeah.
We got heck yeah, I love touching rocks. I swear to God, you drop me, I'll haunt you. Scott, I really don't think you have me. Our guy
Yeah.
needed a parking lesson. You've got it, Brooke. It's like pushing a baby out. One, two, three.
Yeah.
And we got they are the B list of invitees. And then finally, all I can tell you is you're a beautiful ghost.
There you go. Beautiful ghost.
You're a beautiful ghost. Sorry about the little move around situation there. I Somebody came in and needed into the office. So,
Oh, you're fine. I'm always ready to dive into show and tell mode if you have to do something. So,
oh, I know you are.
I'm not sure how the audience feels about that, but I'm always ready.
Wait, have you ever heard any negative feedback?
No, but I haven't heard any feedback at all. So, I haven't heard any positive either.
That's fair, but No negative means go for it, right?
I should just start planting things in my office that would be funny to show people for show and tell
Yeah,
when you're off
like
camera.
a chicken,
Yeah, just put a
like a
live
real
chicken in
chicken.
my desk drawer.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Speaking of chickens, did I send you the video of Never Gonna Give You Up, but it's rubber chickens?
Maybe.
I send you a lot of Rick rolls, so I probably did. But
Yeah, and I just ignore most of them anymore.
no, you send me middle finger emojis usually.
When I watch them,
Your reaction is what makes it fun for me, though. Like just
you like to get the middle finger emoji?
just knowing I annoyed you enough for you to want to respond is kind of funny. I feel like I tricked you somehow,
You didn't.
but it's a good song,
If you say so.
and some of them are really clever. Others aren't as clever, but some of them are
Correct.
clever.
Mhm.
And
Anyway,
sometimes I get sent them and I feel like I got tricked, so I pass it on to feel better.
anyway,
Whoa, your
episodes.
camera just like automatically zoomed in on you. That's cool.
Really?
I thought so.
I don't know. This is the first time I've ever recorded with this.
Oh, you have a webcam now?
No, I already had a webcam.
Oh.
This is my iPad.
Oh, you do have an iPad now. I forgot about that.
Hmm.
Same. I pretty much only use it on Sunday mornings, but I have one.
You have an iPad?
Yeah, someone gave it to me for, I told you this.
You
Back in
use
like
it for Sunday
May.
mornings?
What?
You use it on Sunday mornings?
Yeah, I use it to preach with instead of printing out paper manuscripts now.
I don't remember this.
Back in May, a friend of mine had to, it was after I spoke at the May camp dinner. He said he had two and wasn't using one, so he just gave me one to use for free. Because I was
Nice.
printing off two manuscripts, one for me, one for the tech booth each week. So now, since like the middle of May, I've only been having to print off one script each week for the booth, and I use
Hmm.
the iPad to preach with and just scroll through instead of having to flip papers.
That's why I bought mine mostly.
Yeah.
At least the main reason.
Yeah, I pretty much only use it for preaching on Sundays, and I we somehow get into like a preaching podcast for a few minutes every week. So I guess that's this. But
Hey,
it's like the middle of May.
your camera froze. Oh,
You
there you go. It's back. It's back, I said.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it. Ugh.
Okay, now into episode number 6. Um, the reason that there was no prize is because this was essentially a mega lag,
Yeah, they
right?
just kept going right when they finished the last one.
Yeah, yeah. Like it didn't even uh
Did I miss a speed bump in here somewhere? Because I don't remember watching that.
nope, you didn't miss it. It wasn't there.
Okay, so with the latest season, 30 whatever it is, like was it 6 or 7?
7.
We thought that was the first time there was no speed bump, and it wasn't.
I didn't know if I thought it was the first, but I just wasn't happy that there wasn't.
Neither one of us could ever remember it happening before.
Okay.
So now we have an answer that it wasn't unprecedented.
I still don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it makes a little bit more sense now that they're not just randomly doing it for the first time.
Right.
Although, like you said, they went straight from one leg into another leg. So if they're counting it as a mega leg,
That's true. Maybe
but
that's
they
what it
didn't
was.
say it. Like they still said, "Oh, if it was a mega leg, they would
Nope,
have said
nope.
keep racing." They wouldn't have
He
even pointed
did.
out that
He
it was
did.
many out.
No, he did say you're in the last episode that you are continuing racing.
Yeah, true, but he like if they're considering it a mega leg, calling it one leg, they wouldn't have pointed it out that it was a non-limb last episode because
They
the leg
didn't.
wouldn't be
They
over.
just said you're not going home. You're continuing racing.
He said non-limb.
I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he did. Oh well, this isn't the point.
Either way, um, they are flying to Italy, specifically Milan, and they are given a phone to book on the Travelocity app a flight. And everybody got the same flight booked, 11:30 p.m. landing in Milan. Um, the next thing we see is that Mike and Liz made up. Um, Mike was embarrassed of how he acted and what he said, and they were good after that. It did not translate into the next leg like you were afraid of.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know if you are happy about that or sad about that, but I know that you
I'm
were
kind
kind
of
of
indifferent. They did better this episode. I'm glad to not have to watch people arguing and fighting, so that's good.
right. I just knew that you expected it to boil over, so I wasn't sure what your thoughts were.
Oh, I was happily surprised.
Good. Um, Also, I noticed here, Vonk is now wearing the quiche hat.
Yeah,
Is this just a traveling hat?
I guess so.
Because Scott wore it, Becca wore it, Vonk wore it,
Is
and
it the same hat or do they all have different ones?
I would find it hard to believe that they all have the same hat. Like they all just happen to bring three different people bring the same hat to the show.
True.
I think it has to be one hat.
Yeah.
But why would they
Also,
give
I
it
did
to
try to look up what quiche meant this week, and I spelled it the way it is on the hat, and it took me to the breakfast one, which is
yeah,
spelled completely differently.
but
So
pronounced the
thanks for
same.
nothing, Google.
Um, but why would they give it to Vonk? They don't
Vank.
even like him. Vank. They don't even like him.
I think they don't like Ashton. He's not as annoying as she is.
Right, but it just seems like whenever they're talking about their plans for Vank and Ashton, they don't just say because of Ashton. They just like talk about him as a pair.
I mean, yes, but she's the annoying one,
Fair.
at least from the film we've seen.
And everyone wants to U-turn them.
Yeah,
Literally, all six other teams have made this decision that as a collective, they are going to U-turn Vank and Ashton.
yeah,
Um, because they say they're not playing a good social game.
fair.
Um, so next up, we come up to this roadblock, and it was called. The question was, "Who's hungry for the next clue?" And the roadblock was called "A Word on the Street." Do you want to explain "Word on the Street"?
Yes, you have to finish 3 words while touring around the city in a dinner cart train tram thing, while eating and finishing a plate of food in the process.
Yeah. And so the people who did this um, were Tara, Mike, Vank, Scott, Floyd, Redmond, and Logan. And there was a maximum of four people per tram car. Um, so tram one was Tara and not Tara and Ju. Yeah, Tara and Mike because they were so far ahead of everybody. And then the second car was Scott, Redmond, Vank, and Floyd. And because there was a limit of four, Logan got left behind on his lonesome for a third one.
Yeah, sad for him at least.
Yeah. And I think this is really funny. Tara and Joey keep calling Mikey, and it's kind of like endearing, like adorable to watch. Mikey.
for sure. And he seems like the type that wouldn't enjoy being called Mikey, but
But he doesn't mind it at all from what we've seen.
I know that's what's funny. It's just kind of off brand for him.
Right. Um During this challenge for Tara and Mike, they got it pretty easy, but all of the next five screwed up. Scott thought that he had the third, but his third one was wrong. That was kind of the case for Floyd and Redmond as well. And then Vonk, he just didn't even have a third name. And Logan actually had too many, and he chose the wrong one for his third one.
Yeah.
But once, yeah, everybody was struggling with the word with the name logo that was on the second tram. But once you finish this challenge, you're going to proceed to Cernabio or Cernabio on a river cruise on Lake Como.
And by the way, Lake Como fact, and I knew this as soon as I saw it, but I Googled it to make sure. Lake Como in this area is where they filmed Anakin and Padme's wedding at the end of Attack of the Clones. So that's a fun little fact.
Hopefully, some people know what you're talking about.
It's Star Wars.
I know that. I know it's Star Wars.
You
I
can
was just, all
actually like go. I'm pretty sure you can like actually have your wedding there, and that would be awesome.
right, Bruce. Destination wedding. I'll perform your ceremony.
If I can get married where Anakin Skywalker did, I that's my goal. That would be so cool.
Would it? Would it really?
Yes,
Would it really?
absolutely.
If you say so. Um,
But that's my fun Lake Como fact, and I recognized it when I saw it. So I'm smart.
Interesting. Interesting. Um, so basically, like I said, they were taking this cruise thing, and they're all on the cruise together, but there's departure times for when they can leave the cruise to go ahead and go to find their clue. Um, and the departure times go in this order. Tara and Joey 7 a.m., Mike and Liz 7:05, Floyd and Becca 7:10, Ashton and Vonk 7:50 or seven no Matt and Redmond 7:15, Ashton and Vank 7:20, Brooke and Scott 7:25, and Lolo 7:30. Um, and so once they got off here and they went to their next clue, that's where the U-turn was. And Tara and Joey, they did the U-turn the last time, so they were like, let's not get any more blood on our hands and make Mikey do it. And so Mike and Liz, they U-turned Vank and Ashton, and then they had the team behind them U-turn uh, Mike and Liz so that it would basically burn a vote. That's some 4D chess there. What do you think about that?
It's great that like, hey, this person's gonna get U-turned. We don't want blood on our hands. Let's force someone else to either get blood on their hands or let the person go. But we're clean either way. No one's gonna be mad at us.
Right.
Except maybe the people who were forcing to get blood on their hands.
I want to know your thoughts on the idea of burning the second U-turn of the double U-turn.
Eh.
That's what I thought was some 4D chess.
Yeah, I would agree.
The only team we want this team to go home, so we are going to make this double U-turn a single U-turn.
Yeah.
I
Really
find that
smart.
compelling. I find it compelling.
Yeah.
Um But anyway, once they deal with their U-turns, it is detour time, where the detours are make a mold or get a hold or grab a hold. Do you want to explain those?
I do. And so make a mold or grab a hold. Let me find it. Yeah, so you are traveling to Castello de Vezio and you assemble this ghost figure by using one teammate as a wire mesh mold for plaster and mold casting. So you're kind of just plastering around them. And then grab a hold, you're climbing 90 feet up a vertical rock face.
We're grabbing a hold,
Well, you are.
but it's a detour, so it's both of us.
Aw, okay.
I'm climbing, and you're belaying me.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully I'm not too belayed or we'll be late. Done. Okay.
That didn't work.
No, because it sounds like delayed.
It also sounds like belated.
And if you're delayed, you're late. So hopefully I don't belay too much or I'll be late. It's not funny if I have to explain it.
Well, it wasn't funny when you didn't have to explain it. I understood what you were trying to do.
Well, you forgot to laugh.
No, I purposely didn't laugh.
Well, you're wrong.
Um, so Tara and Joey and Lolo willingly do mold. Bank and Ashton have to do it because they got U-turned by Mike and Liz. And then a hold was Mike and Liz, Becca and Floyd, Matt and Redmond, Scott and Brooke, and then Bank and Ashton had to do that one too. Um, I forgot that Becca is a um, climbing instructor.
Oh,
So
that's
this
really
was
cool. Yeah, I forgot about that too.
like really right up their alley.
Yo, yeah.
Um, but once you finish your detour, you get to travel in the Ferrari of the Sea to Tremezzo to check in with Phil at the pit stop.
Yes.
And Brooke is freaking out while she's climbing.
I felt bad for her.
I didn't because literally she goes, Scott, I really don't think you have me. He literally didn't
Yeah.
do anything wrong.
She was just kind of hysterical at that point.
She was. Um,
But she didn't complain about the harness 1,000 times. So that's nice.
thank God that we didn't have Shamir. Um, Matt and Redmond and Becca and Floyd, though, they were like neck and neck. They both finished the climbing really fast. They were neck and neck on the boats. But Becca and Floyd, their guy was able to park quicker than
Yeah.
Matt and Redmond's. And Becca and Floyd became our team number one here in this episode, winning a trip for two to Argentina.
Yes. That sounds really fun.
It does. And then Matt and Redmond become team number two. And I noticed after all this strife that was between Mike and Liz, Mike was super encouraging while Liz was climbing.
Yeah. They have their good moments, that for sure.
They do. But anyway, Tara and Joey were team number three, Mike and Liz four, Scott and Brooke five, Lolo six. Um, and unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Ashton and Vank here. Team number seven, they have been eliminated, but really, they did a really good job for how different and um, their struggle with communication and just like their whole vibe. They could have easily been like a first boot, and they got all the way to seventh place.
Yeah.
Um, but we see on the next time on that we're going to be heading to Venice. And I don't know if you did this. I did do a power ranking here.
I did not. I can do one on the fly though.
Okay. After episode 6, who's your sixth place team?
After episode 6, my sixth place team was hmm. I'm probably gonna go with Scott and Brooke here.
Okay.
They were fifth place this leg, and London and Logan were behind them, but have kind of been better overall, I think. And they just they keep being middle to bottom of the pack. They're just not super impressive.
Yeah,
So,
I also have Brooke and Scott here. Kind of the
but they're
same
still
reasons.
here. So maybe they're gonna do the Amy and Maya thing where they don't impress me at all, and then end throughout the season, and then end up winning for some reason. So
Maybe. Maybe. I just really don't know what to expect.
yeah,
But what I do know is that I also have them there, and it's for basically the same reasons. I think that Lolo is a little bit better of a performing team. They've basically been finishing right with Brooke and Scott every time, and so I have Brooke and Scott here in sixth. Who do you
yeah.
have in fifth?
Right here is where London and Logan go. I think they've got a better chemistry than Liz and Michael, but Liz and Michael have better finishes. So,
Okay, I have Lolo here as well. I think that we can't really put them. I think that there is a big division between the top four teams and these two,
yeah,
personally. Who you got at four?
Liz and Michael,
I had a feeling.
they've got good finishes, but they're just so up and down. And the three teams ahead of them are pretty strongly consistent anyway. So, I've
I
had the
actually
same top three for a while, I feel like.
I actually didn't put Mike and Liz here.
Huh.
I put Becca and Floyd here this time.
Interesting. After they won,
They did not win.
oh, Matt and Redmond did. I had that backwards when I wrote down the finishing order.
Um,
No,
wait,
they won this leg.
they won this leg. Yeah, that was my bad. Yes, after they won, I put them in fourth. Um, I was really impressed. I'll explain more when I get up before. Becca and Floyd are a really good team, but like I said, I think these top four are just far and away better than the bottom two. And Becca and Floyd, I kind of I know that this isn't necessarily their fault, but part of the reason why I put them lower was because, yeah, they won, but also they won after they got a challenge where it was literally what Becca does for a living. And so I didn't give that as much merit as maybe somebody who did well that had to overcome something that they're not necessarily used to.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I did what I did. Who do you have at three?
At number three, I do. This is where Becca and Floyd come in. And I've had the same top three for a while now. I think these are pretty consistently the three top teams. But I think Matt and Redmond and Tara and Joey are both just a little bit better than them, even though I like them more than the other two teams.
Even though Becca and Floyd won this leg,
Yeah, they moved up, I think, still. I don't know where I had them at last week.
I don't think they moved up from third. I think they actually moved down.
Well, I don't know. Just a gut thing, I guess. I like
Okay.
the other two teams are stronger, I think.
I have Tara and Joey here at three. Um, they, I think they did. I think they're really strong. I think they're really good. Um, they sat a little bit lower this week after episode 6. and I think it's simply because they chose the wrong detour. But I think they did good for where they are.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Who you got at two?
Number two is where I have, hmm. I'm going back and forth between because my top two teams are really close in my mind. So I think I'm gonna go Matt and Redmond here at two, but I have them
Okay.
at one in the next one we're gonna do.
Spoiler.
True. I didn't think to do two for some reason, so I'm kind of just doing this one as I go and trying to think what I was thinking after the first episode. So,
Fair. Well, now you know for next week.
yeah.
I actually have Mike and Liz at two
Okay.
because I think that they had even though they finished in fourth, the bounce back they had from where they were at the end of episode five to where they are at the end of episode six was huge, and I think could propel them forward.
Yeah. And so Tara and Joey are my number one. They finished third here, but they'd won the last two in a row. And they have a strong chemistry. They're running well. They really haven't had any major trip ups, I don't think. So they're really good right now.
I have Matt and Redmond here. I don't think there really needs to be a ton of explanation. They've been
There doesn't.
really, really solid. Whether we don't, however we feel about them as humans, they've been a really solid team.
He wasn't as bad this time, actually.
He wasn't as bad. So yeah, that was episode six, and now we have episode seven to talk about, which was have fun and get it done. Do you know who said have fun and get it done?
No.
That would have been Tara. Do you have any quotes from this episode, Bruce?
I have one off the top of my head. I'm about to see if I wrote more down. But at the end, after winning the leg, Redmond pulls his leg off and says, "This was our best leg yet," or something like that. He makes a
Yeah, yeah.
he
So
makes a
Phil,
joke with the word leg when he pulls his leg off.
yeah, because Phil asked them if that leg was their best leg yet, and Redmond took off his prosthetic and said, "Nope, this is our best leg yet." But that was a close second. Do
uh,
you have any more?
Somebody said the phrase, "Sometimes you got to get your big girl panties on" at some point.
Amen.
I was invested in the episode. I wasn't writing down quotes as well as I should have, but those are two funny ones to me.
Okay. I got, we could just hug each other for an hour.
That sounds nice.
I got probably, uh, probably weighed 30,000 pounds. They were talking about their suitcases. Yeah, okay. Um, Once Lolo lost their whole cart of luggage, London goes, "This is why this is a hard one."
Yeah.
Thanks. Um, oh, from Redmond. This guy is ripping the other guy's guts out. It's very distracting and kind of hilarious. He just pulled a chicken out.
Ugh.
Joey talking about Mike. He looks like Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Um, when Mike was complaining about London and Logan, Joey told him to throw a chair, Mikey. Um, when Scott walked up with his Where's Waldo shirt on, we got, "Don't ever change that shirt," Joey told him. And then while they were waiting for the painting, Scott says, "I just hope Brooke stays patient because if she starts freaking out." And then Joey said, "Nice knowing you."
Yeah.
And then a really sweet one at the end of the episode was Liz was talking about how she was the most stressed out when everybody else had left the painting. And Phil asks her why, or what got you through? What were you thinking about? What was your motivation? And she said, I just kept thinking about this guy and Pearl,
Yeah.
his daughter. And I thought that was just the sweetest thing ever.
Oh, for sure.
But anyway, let's jump in to the episode. Mike and Liz, it starts with Mike and Liz missing home. Mike talks about his daughter Pearl and how he's never gone more than 2 days without talking to her. And here he is running this race, not being able to talk to her. And I was low key scared that they were about to bow out.
Yeah.
But this was an emotional, touching scene. But then we get back into the race. We got to travel to Venice. You got $250 for this leg. This is the floating city. Um, and they're going to be getting on buses in Milan that are going to take them to the water taxi, and the water taxi is going to take them into Venice.
Yeah.
And there were two buses, one left at 4:15, one left at 4:30, all based on which time you or what order you got to the bus stop. The teams on the 4:15 bus were Floyd and Becca, Matt and Redmond, and Tara and Joey. And then the 4:30 teams were Mikey and Liz, Scott and Brooke, and Lolo. Um, Joey, he's being hilarious here. He, while they're on this water taxi, he's like pretending it's a horse. He's standing up back there, and he's like going like that, like he's smacking the horse's butt, trying to get it to go faster. And I thought it was really funny. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. That was really funny. You were talking.
Yeah, and you were texting.
I was listening to. He smacked a horse's butt.
But I did a whole action and you missed it all. Um, so they went into the detour once they got to Venice, and it was called Sing It or Bring It. Do you want to explain that?
Sure. You're dressing as gondoliers to learn a traditional Italian serenade, and I'm
But
not
was
called
Waldo a gondolier?
what?
Was Waldo a gondolier?
Maybe. And the song has a name that I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Hmm.
And then you perform that song aboard a gondola and along the Grand Canal to the satisfaction of the mandolin player. Or you can work as porters by stacking a dolly with suitcases and navigating through stairs and narrow alleys to deliver them to the hotel listed on the luggage.
Wow, I'm impressed. You gave some good explanation.
The first one was copied off the Wikipedia description of that challenge because I missed it when Phil was saying it.
I wondered, going off the fact that I don't think your description would have included the word gondoliers.
No, it would have because that's what it is. Like Phil said, gondolier, but like this, I missed the name of the song and I missed where they were, and so I just wanted to double check it so I wrote it down correctly. The second one was
Oh,
me
okay.
though.
It was still pretty good.
Yeah,
So the people who did
I
sing were Beck.
I'm smarter than Wikipedia is what Kevin's saying.
That is not at all what I said. But
Well,
the
I'm gonna
sing
twist your words into that.
sounds about right. The people who did sing were Becca and Floyd, Mike and Liz, and Brooke and Scott. And the people who did bring were Matt and Redmond, Tara and Joey, and Lolo. And bring was just way easier than sing.
Yeah,
Which
it
do you think
was.
we would have done? Bring.
Bring. I can barely speak English. I don't want to have to learn to sing Italian.
That's fair.
I do like singing though, like in the shower or in the car and stuff, but in
Oh,
English.
I know.
I be jamming out when I'm driving sometimes,
Oh, I know.
but in English. I don't want to learn Italian.
Hmm.
Other than
And
lasagna and fettuccine and Alfredo and garlic bread, which is English, but is served with Italian food, so I'm counting it.
So anyway, what do you think
I
about
made a
what
joke that made Kevin laugh. I'm proud of myself. Kevin doesn't laugh very often.
I laugh all the time. What are you talking about?
Not at my jokes, you don't.
Not at your jokes, but I laugh all the time, just not at you.
I know, but this time you laughed at one of my jokes.
Yes, I did.
And I'm smarter than Wikipedia.
No, you're not. Um, what do you think about what Lolo did here? When they got their clue, they hid so that Mike and Liz wouldn't see them, and then they lied to Brooke and Scott. What do you think about that?
I, yeah, that was a little bit interesting. It surprised me a little bit.
The Brooke and Scott one surprised me because Lolo and Brooke and Scott are like kind of like this, you know.
Yeah.
So that one surprised me. Um, and all I gotta say is you can lie and manipulate and do whatever you want, but just remember that what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, I say that Bring It On was easier, or Bring It was easier. But we did watch Matt and Redmond and Lolo lose their whole cart basically at one point or another, which was really funny.
Yeah.
And then we see Joey, who's literally just manhandling the luggage cart by himself half the time.
Yes. Go Joey.
Hmm. Um, but once you finish the detour, you got to proceed by water taxi to Casanobio for a roadblock called Masked Intentions. Do you want to tell us about Masked Intentions?
I sure doodle. Don't know why I phrased it like that, but oh well. So, you're choosing an actor from this improv theater performance and create a copy replica of their intricate colored painted mask thing.
Yes. And the people who did this were Redmond, Tara, Floyd, Liz, London, and Brooke. And this is where these actors were ripping the guts out of each other. It was really weird.
Yeah.
And ripping chickens out of somebody's stomach. Um, some some notes I made during this time were when you had to take your water taxi or whatever, a couple teams were having trouble getting a water taxi. One of those was Lolo, who got a ride with a whole family that was going to the airport, which was wild. And then you had Brooke, who was just having a meltdown because they couldn't find a water taxi.
And you
But
had some family letting one of our teams ride with them in the water taxi. The water
Bruce, I just
taxis provided lots of entertainment this
Bruce, I just said that.
uh
I said Lolo rode with the whole family who was going to the airport,
no you
which was
didn't.
crazy.
I didn't hear it, so it didn't happen.
It was right before I talked about Brooke freaking out.
Yes, but if I didn't hear it, it didn't happen.
But how did you not hear it? There was literally nothing else to be doing.
You didn't say it.
I did say it
Then why didn't I hear it?
because
There's
you don't
nothing
pay
else I
attention
could
to
have
me.
been doing.
Because you don't pay attention.
Well, I heard the second one that you said that she was melting down because I couldn't get one.
Oh, I'm glad that you admit that it was a second one, so that requires a first one.
Second one.
Nope, too late.
Okay.
You can go back and listen to the podcast later and find it.
No, I
Um,
don't want to be proven wrong, so I don't want to listen to it. I'd rather just live in my delusions, honestly.
okay, well, whoever listens to this, please comment and let Bruce know that he was wrong.
I'm sure I am wrong. I just don't want to prove it to myself.
Anyway, Redmond killed it on the masked intentions.
Redman killed someone?
I mean, probably. He was in the military.
Oh. No, he did really good with this mask, though.
He did. And we find out about the pit stop at a plaza in the middle of Venice called Campo San Vio. And Redmond and Matt are on the way, and nobody else has even got to masked intentions yet at that point.
Yeah.
But once they do, Tara is not following the process. She thinks she can just go willy-nilly and do whatever she wants, and she had to do a whole second mask because of that.
That was wild,
Um,
by the way.
what?
Hera just thinking she can do it that way. Like, pay attention. Do how you're
Liz
supposed to do.
Liz did the same thing.
What?
Liz did the same thing.
I know, it's weird. Like, there's a whole process. They're telling you what to do. Just do it. Why do you
Right?
think you know better?
There's literally a what do you call them? A demo. There's literally a demo for a reason.
This would suck for me, by the way. I miss little details and medium-sized details sometimes. So, like, these intricate painted masks like this, I would not do well with this.
So does
I
that mean
don't.
I have to do it?
Uh, Unless we have an express pass and can just skip it.
There's not even an eligible express pass at this point.
We're also not on the season. We're kind of making our own rules here.
Fair.
Much like the season I casted you on when we were texting the other day.
That was terrible. Um,
It was. It was not very nice of me, but it was funny.
um, anyway, Mike kind of goes on a rant here about how he's only been nice to people, only been helpful to other teams, I mean, and Lolo kind of threw him to the wolves,
Yeah.
and how he's done being nice.
Michael said he's done being nice.
Yeah,
When did he start exactly?
he's always been nice to the other teams. That's what he was referring to.
Oh, okay. Well, like half the scenes we see of him, he either feels like he's fussing it or like it's just grumpy half the time. So you're right
Right.
though. He's nice to the other teams.
Yeah, yeah, he's helpful, and he
With his own partner, it's kind of up and down. But
like for instance, I don't remember who it was. Oh, it was Brooke. Okay, so like when they were doing the
I
pounding of the metal an episode or two ago,
oh, making spoons. Yeah,
yeah, he stopped and encouraged her afterwards.
I forgot it. Yeah, he is. He's nicer to them than he is to his own team, but he is nice to the other teams. You're right.
Yeah,
It's just most of the scenes we see of him are him and his own partner, which is very up and down. So
right.
we did get a great scene of him with the map, though. Like, this is north. Now this is north. Now this is north.
Yeah,
Which
that was
I'd be
funny.
annoyed in the moment, but it was funny watching.
But he's so right. Like the point
He
he was
is
making
right.
was
He's
right.
just grumpy about it.
Well, she was also being illogical. So,
Yeah. I'm illogical sometimes.
amen. Anyway, Matt and Redmond, they finished as team number one and they get a trip or two to Grenada.
Yeah.
Um, and it was at this point that Tara realized that she actually needed to follow the directions that the demo was giving her.
Imagine that. You need to follow the directions they give you. Who could have guessed other than everyone?
Brooke asked Liz for help. Liz tells her that she's just winging it, which she really was. And she is freaking out because everybody else is kind of actually doing well because they're paying attention. But Becca and Floyd get second here. Tara and Joey third. Brooke and Scott fourth. Lolo team five. Liz and Mike team six. And we have a real Nani limb here where there will be a speed bump the next time. They're so lucky. They get last when there's a mega leg. They get last when there's a Nani
But
limb.
I'm still considering the last one a non-limb. They never
I,
called it a mega leg. It basically was.
but
But
they never.
also when he told them non-limb this time, they're like, "Oh, we got it again," or something like that.
But there was no speed bump, and now there is a speed bump. So I think there is a difference.
But we've also, like we said, with 37 saw a non-limb with no speed.
But this one is going to have a speed bump.
No, but I'm talking about the one a couple
Right, but
episodes
what I'm
ago.
saying is in a single season, they would not do a Nani limb without one and a one with one.
Oh, true.
So I don't think the last one was considered a non-elim. I think it was a continuation of the leg.
They need to be more clear with how they label things for me. I would appreciate that.
You should email Phil Kogan.
But my favorite non-elim is the season where there was a non-elim 2 legs in a row and the same team got both of them.
Right,
What are the freaking odds of that happening, man?
right.
Oh,
But Mike and Liz were actually really close to catching Lolo and Brooke and Scott here, and not being the ones that have to do the speed bump next time, because Lolo and Brooke and Scott went the wrong way on the bridges when they were going to the pit stop.
yeah.
On next time on, though, we see there's going to be self-driving that is going to cause Mike and Liz to fight again. But uh, the last time that the next time on told us that Mike and Liz were going to fight, it was 2 seconds at the very beginning, and then they cleared the air.
I do
So
think they go home next just because of the speed bump, though.
I don't know. We'll
Like
see. And
fighting or not aside, because I do agree these previews tend to overblow things, but it's hard
there
to
will be a,
overcome having to do a whole extra challenge that no one else has to do.
but they're usually not overly difficult challenges. Plus, there is a U-turn next time.
Oh, you're right, there is. Never mind. Man, there's a lot of U-turns.
Hmm.
Next week is like the third U-turn episode we've gotten already this season.
Correct.
That's so many, it feels like.
So do you want to do power rankings for real now?
Sure.
Who do you got in sixth?
And sixth place, this is where I have London and Logan. They're I like them. They're just kind of a meh average, and now they've got two teams that are mad at them
I
going
thought
into
you just
the
said that
U-turn
Mike and
episode.
Liz were at the bottom for you.
I think they're going home, but this is based off of what we've seen so far. Well, it's a little bit of both, but you also mentioned the U-turn that I forgot about. So, and London and Logan have two teams mad at them now. So
I
I'm
don't think
swapping 5 and 6 on the fly for me.
Brooke and Scott aren't mad at them.
Tiffed at them.
Not really, even. They worked together after that.
Oh, well,
Bro- I don't think Brooke I
I
don't
think,
think Brooke and Scott knew that London and Logan lied to them.
yeah, but either way, this is where I have them.
I
Them and
also have
Michael
them
and Liz
here.
are all kind of in the same boat for me.
I also have Lolo here. Um, but
You
it's
were
simply
just fussing at
because
me for that.
no. I was fussing at you because you said you were gonna have Mike and Liz. You thought Mike and Liz were going home.
Yeah, then you reminded me there was a U-turn, and I
That's
rethought
why
things.
that's why I was fussing because it just didn't seem that what you said and what you said lined up.
Well, because I switched it on the fly after you
But
said something. You made
I
me
have
think.
London and Logan here just because they have been with Brooke and Scott, but lower than Brooke and Scott, it seems every time. And so I think that they get along with each other better. I think there's better chemistry, but their performance just hasn't shown much.
Yeah, I
Who
would
do you got at
agree.
five? Who you got at five?
Michael and Liz solely because they have a whole extra challenge to do. Which, hard or not, that's time that the other teams are spending running towards the finish line that you're not. So,
I have Brooke and Scott here
okay.
because they're just London and Logan that get a little bit luckier.
Yeah.
Who do you got at four? Brooke and Scott?
I have Brooke and Scott. My power rankings the past few legs have been the same top three and then everyone else. I think that's I kind of put the divide at behind the top three. Michael and Liz are sometimes making a top four, but they've been so up and down this season that sometimes they're up there with the top three, and sometimes they're kind of down here with these other two. But
Hmm.
I have Brooke and Scott in four. I like what you said. They're London and Logan, but just a little bit luckier and a little bit faster.
I got Mike and Liz at 4.
Yeah,
Um, I I think that there's a definite chance they go home. I also think there's just as much of a chance that they just kill it on all the challenges because they've been pretty strong on most challenges.
they have.
Um, and minus the painting of the mask this last time. And so I really think that they got just as good a chance as Lolo to stay
Yeah,
or better. Who you got at 3?
Becca and Floyd. This is where, yeah, they're in this top group in these top three teams that I think are better than the other teams, but I just think the other two are a bit stronger lately.
I also have Becca and Floyd here. I just don't think that they are consistently getting the same success.
Yeah.
2?
Two, I have Tara and Joey.
As do I.
They're the second best team, so that's why I have them here.
Yeah, they're super strong, super consistent, but not quite as much as the number one team.
Which is Matt and
Matt
Redmond.
and Redmond.
Or we could clone him and have it be Redmond and Redmond.
I don't think we want that.
Clone me 1,000 times. Give me an army of myself.
We definitely don't want that.
Well, you don't.
I think you're the only one that does.
Well, if I get my hands on cloning technology, that's all that matters, is if I want it or not.
I guess. Anyway, that was great. 2 episodes. I think that we are lining ourselves up for a pretty fun end game here. Um, do you have any more thoughts on the episode, Bruce?
The fact that he makes a point to add on the episode because I gave a random thought one time is so funny to me. But no, I don't.
Well, with that, make sure to check out all our socials: Facebook, Instagram at Pitstop Pals. You can find us on TikTok with the Reality Realm Network, um, where you can see the clipped versions of this and our other shows like Tribal Council Chat. They are covering Australia versus the world right now, which is such a fun season.
I made fun
Um,
of soccer last time, so go check it out for that, at least.
you can find that clip on TikTok as well. Um, Next Generation Challenge podcast. They are working their way through season 41 of the challenge, Vets versus New Threats.
It's been a good
Um,
season so far.
of the challenge.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm 1 episode behind, but yeah,
I'm not super happy with who went home last week, but it's still been a really fun, entertaining season.
definitely. Um, you can also check out Kyle Dorr, what he's got going over on BB Brains. Um,
Also been a really fun season.
yes, this is Bruce's real first season on the Big Brother train. So,
Me and Brett are both kind of in this, like, we're new to this show. What the heck is happening this season?
yes,
And it's been described to us as Survivor Gabon with lots of fun personalities, but kind of head scratching gameplay sometimes. So
fair enough. And then Roundtable Talk will be back sometime to bring you some more traders coverage. And buy merch from our Redbubble merch store,
that's Matt
uh,
with my face on it.
and mine. But yeah, all of that being said, the world is waiting for you. Good luck.
Travel safe.
Go.